Wandera was born in a village, deep in Vihiga County, Kenya. His family had struggled for generations, struggles passed down quietly, like an inherited silence. Poverty lived in their home, but strangely, feeling of lacking never lived in his heart. From a young age, Wandera walked with God. Not loudly. Not proudly. But with a calm assurance that gave him peace even when life offered very little. Many days, his family survived on one meal a day. Sometimes not even that. With a gentle smile, Wandera would joke. Maybe this is how God clears toxins from the body. But behind the humor was a deeper truth. Hunger stripped away distractions. It taught his soul how to pray deeply, how to depend fully, how to long sincerely for God. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. As his stomach emptied, his spirit filled. Prayer became his refuge. God became his daily bread. In the silence of need, Wandera began to emulate Jesus, not just in words, but in life. He spoke to people in the community about God's intentions for humanity. About hope. About endurance. About purpose beyond circumstances. Some listened. Others laughed. They called him holier than thou. They questioned his faith, pointing at his worn clothes and empty pockets. If God is with you, they asked, why are you still poor? But something burned within him. A quiet zeal. A strength that didn't come from approval, but from conviction. He chose not to retreat. He chose to press on. Because Wandera knew something they didn't. God's timing is never rushed, and God's purpose is never wasted. As years passed, grace met discipline. Prayer met opportunity. Faith met preparation. From his youthful years, Wandera began to excel, not overnight, but steadily. Doors opened. Wisdom increased. Purpose unfolded. Those who once mocked him began to speak differently. They said, he has accomplished what God planned for him. And in that statement lived a deeper truth. God was faithful all along. Wandera's story became a reminder. That suffering is not the end. That waiting is not denial. That poverty does not cancel destiny. The hope we should always ask from God is not riches alone, but fulfillment of His purpose. Because what God promises, He completes. And what He allows, He uses. If you're waiting, keep trusting. If you're hurting, keep believing. Because God is still working, even in silence. If this story touched your heart, don't walk away alone. Subscribe for more faith-filled stories that strengthen hope, restore courage, and remind you that God is never late. Like, share, and comment. Your support helps this message reach someone who needs it today. Folded Hands Sparkles.